Hello, humans. My name is Biz. Welcome to the Tomato Show, a show that's ripe, juicy, and just a little salty. Come on in and pop a squat. Don't forget to tip your server. Let's dig right in. First on the agenda are appetizers on the menu today, and our appetizers we have gratitude, as usual. I am so happy and grateful for sunglasses, grandma's potato soup. It's right here. The price is right on sick days. And as always, I am happy for subscribers, likes, comments, shares, Etsy sales, and Cadillac acts. Quick ADD meditation to move right along. You know what to do. Stretch your neck, shoulders, get nice and comfortable. Couple deep breaths in, one out, two out, three out, four and a fuck you. Fuck you. That's great. How's it doing? Springtime in it for you. I don't know what that means, but there you go. The weekend was interesting. We have some strange current affairs to get to. Um, well, I'll start with my own. I've been on the fuckets for a while since the holidays. I've gained a few. Love them carbs. Give me some fried cheese. You know me. My favorite food is lasagna. I think we went over that already. If we didn't, I'm sorry. Uh, I'm going back on my diet. I fasted for 3 days. Sunday, Monday, and yesterday, pretty much. Ate a little something yesterday night around my however many day, my three day mark. So, feeling pretty good. I cannot commit to an exercise anything because I'd have to continue to do that probably every day for the rest of my life, and that's a big commitment. And I just don't know if my lazy ass could do that. So for now, I'm just gonna be on my diet, and I am kind of working out my arms a little bit with some cans up in the cupboard, like my fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Bauman, used to tell us. To try to get rid of these little fucking bat wings here. I'm tired of looking like Oprah. So hopefully I will, and that's really annoying. My clothes are really annoying. I'm really annoyed by my clothes, I should say. So, time for me to get back on the diet wagon and lose some poundage again. Hopefully for good, or at least for the better. In other current news, Christy Gnome's husband gets called out for posting these big fake boob pictures in some tiny little biker short looking things. He is a cross dressing freak. So that's interesting news. Um, hi, right here. No, not me. No, my dad. Uh, he doesn't want to have big boobs, as far as I know. He hasn't told me that. But um, story time from dad. Okay, all right. Time to tell about pops. So, my dad, um, right before he moved to Florida, was homophobic, and I'm doing that now because I think he was a little more curious than made him comfortable. So he acted homophobic. And a big event in his life happened when he bought a salmon pink tie. And he was all proud of it because he actually wore it out in public for an event, for whatever or another. And he's I'm secure enough in my masculinity to wear a pink tie. Look at me now. Blah blah blah. Anyway, so that's where that started. Then he moved down here and had two lesbian neighbors, and he went to a couple places with them, and I guess they made him a little more comfortable about being himself, whatever the fuck that is. So he gets into pink stuff. Seriously, like he has an addiction to Goodwill every day for pink fucking knickknacks. And this little room that he had in the house had all pink shit. Pink stuff everywhere. Because he's secure enough in his masculinity to like pink now, right? Right. So that goes to when he moved back home with his mommy and daddy. Uh, at how old was he? Like 52? I don't know. I don't remember. That was like 17 years ago, 18 years ago. Anyway, so this 50 something year old dude moves back in to live with his parents. And after grandpa dies, I go to visit him. I think the first time was in 2012 or 13. I don't remember. Maybe 2014. So he tells me that he likes to wear women's underwear. Lacy, silky, satiny underwear. And they're pink, of course. And then he told me that men's shorts, that he doesn't like men's shorts, so he goes to buy women's shorts because they're shorter. He doesn't like the big knee length thing. He doesn't like to feel like a real man at all. So he has to get them short things. Well, okay. So he grew up in the 70s and, in his early 20s in the 80s, and the short shorts were the thing back then, and we went camping a lot, and he'd cut off his jeans and make himself some Daisy Dukes, and I thought it was, whatever. Dad doesn't want to waste money because he's a penny pinching fuck. He couldn't pull a fucking penny out of his butt with the jaws of life kind of guy. So, I thought, didn't think anything of it. In our household, it was just normal for Dad to wear Daisy Dukes. That's all. So yeah. So later, tells me that he wears pink women's underwear. So, and I asked him. I said, "Are you gay?" "I'm not gay." And he is certain that he is not gay, and I am not certain that he knows yet. So I don't know. Uh, there was one time when I was like 8 or 10 or something like that. He went to one of his coworkers' Halloween parties and dressed up as a woman. And he went so far as to he borrowed one of my grandma's bras because she's got big boobs. So he had one of her bras and one of my mom's sweaters. And then he had to buy himself a mini skirt, and then he bought himself boots. For a penny pinch an asshole, it kind of pissed me off at the time that he actually went and spent like $30 on a pair of fucking women's boots that fit him because he has tiny little fucking feet, like at 8.5. Like seriously, the man has an 8.5. Anyway, so and that was kind of sus because he looked like he shaved his legs for it too. So he got fishnet pantyhose for that Halloween party. So he bought the fucking expensive ass boots, fishnets, and a mini skirt to dress up like a woman in his mom's fucking old fucking bra to go to this fucking Halloween party. And the only thing he wouldn't do was shave his mustache, but he got a blonde wig and everything. And he enjoyed it when this dude fucking hit on him. He's like, "Hey, I turned around with a mustache on him a little." You enjoyed that a little too much. And listen, everybody that saw that picture, all of my friends, they fucking knew some shit was up. So yeah, my dad and his pink underwear. Affinity for pink shit. Pink hoarding son of a bitch. I told him to clear out all his fucking shit. I ain't dealing with it. I ain't dealing with it when he's gone. So, current events. Christy Gnome's husband seems more sane than my dad. Just saying.
Holy moly!
Know what I mean? What am I missing here? Oh, how was everybody's weekend? Mine's been going interesting. I'm hungry. So, time for the Daily Slice. Of the days, we have Song of the Day, Movie of the Day, Quote of the Day. Song of the Day is Good Day by Ice Cube. Talk about a springtime song. Everybody loves this song no matter whether you know it or not. Okay, so Good Day by Ice Cube, because it is going to be a good day. Or it was a good day. How he described it's like strange anyway. But yeah, good day, regardless. The movie of the day is PCU. And I believe that stands for Port Charles University, but it's not the title. The title is PCU. Um, just Google it and watch it. It has it has George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic in it. So watch it. It's hilarious. It's funny, and especially like with all the protesters and shit nowadays. PCU, you're gonna love that fucking movie. All right. Our quote of the day comes from Alex Jones. They're turning the fucking frogs gay. They really are. I don't know. I have no scientific proof. I'm not a scientist. I don't know, but that's funny. Okay. Fun fact of the day we're gonna add into. Oh yes. Not just a fun fact, but a very knowledgeable fact. You need to keep that one right in your pocket. You do not have to be buried in an expensive casket or at an expensive funeral home. Check the cemetery for approved vessels to be buried in. All you have to do is ask. You could build your own with the same specs as the other people do it, just for like so much cheaper. It's like $500 to build a casket. Don't even fucking bother with that thousands of dollars. And no, I worked in a casket part factory, and those plated things are. Listen, when they say plated, it's 1/16th the thickness of a sheet of paper. So don't bother with that shit. Okay. Anyway, so build your own casket, find your own. You can get, I'm pretty sure you can buy those things on eBay or something like that. I don't know, like if you had a family member that wanted a funeral but also wanted to be cremated afterwards and didn't want to waste the money on a casket, you just lay them in a casket during the visitation, and then um, sell it to somebody else, give it to somebody else, make a coffee table. I don't know, but you don't have to burn it. They burn you in a regular ass pine box or just roll you in there naked. I don't know, but I don't have to burn that casket. It's not like they actually do anyway. How do you think they turn them and burn them? Duh. Anyway, also, small churches are cheaper for funeral services. You can also ask schools if you want to have it done on a weekend or something like that, or if it's during a summer. There's other places to hold a funeral. It doesn't have to be at an expensive ass funeral home. And do not get the freaking services from the morticians or whoever the hell they are that talk from the funeral homes, the guys that work there. Don't let them talk. They're just going to give you some fucking Jesus infomercial bullshit. They're not going to talk about your loved one at all. They have no idea who the fuck they are. Let the people that know them talk, okay? Everybody's there to cry, not listen to some Jesus infomercial. Let it go. So, fun fact, you don't have to be buried at a cemetery inside of an expensive ass casket at an expensive ass funeral home with all their expensive ass services. Go cheaper. Plan ahead. Make your own. Just call the cemetery and ask. You don't even need a visitation. Just call the cemetery and ask if you can have services there. They're not going to say no. It's not like they have, well, down here could be different. You probably have 4 funerals at the same time. Anyway, whatever. So, our herb of the day is a jack of all trades in the herb business, and I'm sure almost all of you have it in your cupboard already. If you don't, you should. Thyme. Thyme is on my side, and your side, it's on our side. So time, uh, in like could be used for so many things. All right, boils and abscesses. It can detox. It's flu prevention. It prevents acne. It heals cuts and wounds. It gives relief to strep throat. It's good for hangover. It's good for a foot soak. I use it in damn near everything I cook just because it just gives it a little bit of oomph. Um, it has vitamins C, A, and K. It also has calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, and beta carotene. A little bit. It's anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antifungal. It's good for a lot of stuff. And thyme is actually in one of my favorite um, remedy recipes. Honey, garlic powder, and ground thyme in equal parts mixed together and put on cold sores, canker sores, put it on sore tooth on the inside. The honey might be a little bothersome about that, but if you got sores, excuse me, like on your cheek or something like that, it can also be used on cuts. Cover it with a band aid so the bugs don't get on it, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's good for a lot of stuff. There's antiseptic properties in all three of them. And the super bacteria in the honey is gives it good fight. Okay, so thyme. Use it for all kinds of stuff. Have it in your tea, have it in soups, in your meatloaf. Just put it anywhere where parsley is, pretty much. It's really close to a parsley flavor, so if you use thyme with it, like anything that uses parsley, just use it. Use it a lot. Um, yeah. Use it for cold sores. Use it for infected cuts. Fuck Abreva. Abreva is like, what, $22 for a tiny little fucking tube? Nah. 25 cents, man. Get you a couple little packets of honey, uh, you know, one half a teaspoon of garlic powder and a half a teaspoon of ground thyme. Mix that shit together, and it's good for about 3 days. And you'll notice after the first day, the white foam on top, that's because the garlic is actually killing the bacteria inside the honey. Just saying. So you can actually see it work. Anyway, that's when it's most effective is about 3 days in. Oh yeah, I'm not done yet. Time is on my side. Time for show and sell. So, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep up with this. I might just bundle it all together and sell it all at once. I'm not sure. There's a children's hospital in town. They probably need a couple blankets. I'm really tired of looking at this stuff. This is a big ass scrap blanket yarn quilt. It has probably 100 different colors in it. Each one of the squares is different. It has a big fat border on it. I just went crazy with the rest of my scrap yarn. It is large and it is charged. And it's on Etsy for sale right now. Big ass scrap blanket. That one took a while. Okay. Time for show and tell. And my show and tell actually comes from the year 2012. First, we have, not really clout for this, but so in 2008, the last large, the last large print for Rolling Stone was printed, except for this. This is a special edition printed for subscribers only. on May 31st, 2012. So, other than in 2008, this is the next, well, who knows how many they've done that nowadays. So, it's just a large print. This is when they changed it to the smaller print, just like a regular magazine, so you know the difference. I don't even know why I kept these. I'll have to see what's in them. So this. I also have a 2008 one, I believe. I have the last large cover issue. I think it's upstairs. I'll have to look that for you next time. Here I just have a couple pictures, like barcodes and other magazine things in a checker pattern. I don't know. I go through phases. And then I have, this is just a copy of the heart that I drew. Oh, this is when I discovered Pentel colored pencils. Fucking sweet. So smooth. And this is just a bunch of stars. I just laid down a stencil and drew a bunch of shit and colored them all in. But this is what I wanted to show you initially. So, my best friend Jiva made me this homemade card for my 30th birthday. Blah, blah, surprise! Card and a cake. And coffee mugs. Happy 30th birthday. Yay! That was so sweet. I had a good time. She actually bought me a plane ticket to go see her after she moved down to Louisiana. So I just wanted to show you I have a birthday card for my 30th. 'Twasn't no big bang, but it was a big thing with my girl. Very special time. Okay. On to some good stuff. I've been blabbing a lot. Blah, 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 blah. Time for ketchup farts. All right, on our ketchup fart segment, we have stupid and strange. And our first stupid thing. What am I doing here?
Excuse me.
I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, first stupid and strange thing is a strange human name. Gotta give it to Frank Zappa for naming his children Dweezil and Moon Unit. Dweezil and Moon Unit Zappa. Rock and roll, Frank. Rock and roll. Strange town name. I'll spell it for you first. Hold on. Because it's funny, and it's funny to say, and it really doesn't look like the original word at all. Where was that at? Oh, yeah. So our strange town for the day is Medibemps, Maine. Medibemps. Now, you're not gonna fucking believe the origin of this shit, because... okay. It's named after indigenous people. It's gonna be smaller here. Okay. I still don't understand how they get Medibemps out of this, but it's the Passamaquoddy Indian tribe of that little fishing village in Maine. And the Passamaquoddy people have occupied that village for 9,000 years. Okay, and the village name, oh, I should write it down again. Fucking weird. Oh, that's not it. Okay, the Ntolanapemk village, which again, neither of those things I get medi bumps out of. No idea what that's about. So that's our strange native language interpretation bullshit that we get for the day. Fucking weird. Okay. Medibemps, Maine. Saw pictures. It looks nice. All right. A stupid law for the day. In North Carolina, it's illegal to have an elephant plow a cotton field, but only a cotton field. Our strange collection of the day is cat whiskers. Yeah, I can see if you're gonna make little clay cats, you want real whiskers. I get you, buddy. All right. And we have annoying things today. Bitches that put lipstick on the outside of their lip line and the cupid's bow. Listen, you'll look like the toddler colored outside the fucking lines. You look dumb. I hope these bitches really know they're gonna look really, really I mean, they think tattoos are bad? Wow. All right, guys. Time for my own drama, the sauce. Everybody wants to get to the sauce. Is everybody sitting down? You got your drink? Smoke them if you got them. Mine's just coffee, I promise. Mm. And this is not coffee.
Hold on to your butts.
Let's get it. All right. Okay. We are here. Yeah, we're here. All right. So, first question today. Hell? Fucking hair. Have you ever touched a snake, or would you? Well, yes, I have. My uncle had a snake when I was growing up. He had a big boa. I think he was like 7 foot long when he died. A big boa called Frank. Uh, yeah, he was cool. I wasn't big enough to hold him though. He died before they let me hold him. And then I grew up next to a creek, and we saw snakes and shit all the time. Actually, when the neighbors started complaining, when the parents started complaining about finding snakes in their yard, we'd go take care of that problem, no problem. We'd go down to the creek and kill a few and knock down the population some. We know how that shit worked. Come up with a wagon full of snakes. We got some. Okay, don't do that anymore. No, we're here to protect you, Dad. Okay, so yes, I've touched a snake. I've also touched the proverbial snake, too. What do you think gets better with age? Definitely knowledge. I definitely wish, if anything, if I could go back into time, is take with me what I've already learned. Absolutely. You can forget things, but you really can't unlearn them. You know what I mean? So Definitely knowledge gets better with age. What else? Yeah, just knowledge. What? Okay. Do you ever forward or replay oh, do you ever forward or reply to chain letters? No, not since like 1996. Sounds about right. What scientist in history is most credible? Well, I really don't have any say in that because I'm not a scientist myself. And that in and of itself is kind of asinine because science is only the study of things. Anyway, so science only is the next best explanation. That's all that is. Scientific proof, as they call it, is only the next best explanation. For instance, before the invention of the microscope, people thought that demons were responsible for diseases. So instead of using medicine on the inside, they tried to smudge you and bleed you to get the demons out. They didn't know. Now the science has improved and we know it's bacteria and viruses and stuff like that. Fast forward another 500 years, now we have the Hadron Collider and have discovered the Higgs boson, which is inside of an atom. So now we know electron, proton, neutron, Higgs boson. And it goes on and on and on. And eventually, we're still working on quantum computing on all that shit. It's going to get even smaller and even smaller and even smaller. Haven't you seen those Marvel movies? Anyway, yes, science is only the next best explanation. So, what science in history is the most credible? Oh, you know what? Probably Leonardo da Vinci. See how much shit he did? He was an artist, he was a doctor. I mean, he was curious about everything. And without TV and all that shit, we'd have plenty of Leonardo da Vinci's out there today. But no, we're all stupid. Yeah, I'm going to say Da Vinci. He wasn't even really a scientist. Okay. Have you ever been called immature? If so, what promoted the labeling? They make it sound so official. Have you ever been called immature? Yes, a lot. All my life, for very numerous reasons. Like the way I'm dressed right now. Do I look very mature for 43 years old? Fuck no. And I try not to be. First of all, I've never been 43 before. I don't know how to act my age. Okay? No. So, have I ever been called immature? Absolutely. Dumbass. I try as much as I can. Is there a place in your neighborhood or city you've been meaning to visit? If so, where? Well, I've been meaning to visit anywhere if I had a damn car. Because it takes about an hour and 20 minutes to walk anywhere from here. I'm always accepting Cadillac donations. What slogan or jingle got stuck in your head forever? Um, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt? But it didn't get stuck in my head forever. I can shut that off sometimes. It's not like a constant loop. Slogan or jingle? American Family Insurance. I'm not going to forget that. Probably ever. What slogan or jingle got stuck in your head forever? Mm. Doop doo 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 doo. Phenomena. Doop doo doo doo. Phenomena. Doop doo 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 doo. I wonder if I'm gonna get copyright for that. Phenomena. Yeah. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Could you ever grow your own food? Yeah. Hell yeah, I could. I need land for that. In order for me to buy land, they need to abolish property taxes. Period. Yeah, I'm doing the duck thing. Period. Okay. If you could be a bird, if you could be a bird, what would you be? Hmm. If I could be a bird, what would I be? Probably an eagle. They're pretty badass. I've seen them. They're scavengers too. They're brutal. They'll wait for them fucking osprey to go get a fish and they'll steal it right away from them. Like, fuck you now. This is my fish. Eagle. I'd say so. Do you watch foreign films? If so, do you have a favorite? Yes, I watch foreign films, not specifically so on purpose. I do not have a favorite off the top of my head because I'm not labeling domestic or foreign in my mental category here. It's just stupid. What specific work of art do you admire the most? Uh, oh, that's gonna take some thinking. Hold on. What work of art do I admire the most? Hmm. Oh, the I don't know the artist or the place, but the marble statue with the net, because that was made out of all one piece. And who in the hell can carve a fishing net out of marble? That's pretty fucking impressive. I saw a replica of the David. Not so impressive. What work of art do you? Hmm. Hmm. There's a lot out there to admire. I admire paintings from those that have actual extra spectral vision, whatever they call it. They can see more colors. Paintings from the people that can see more colors are effing amazing. Why? It actually says this. Which are cooler, dinosaurs or dragons? Who wrote this? Which are cooler, dinosaurs or dragons? I'm not even fucking kidding. That's what it says. Hold on. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I'm baffled. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Which is cooler, dinosaurs or dragons? I've never met one of either. I really, I, I, don't- I don't know. The fuck is in this? You saw that too, right? Um, I don't know. Um, I'm gonna say cooler dragons. I guess. What a weird question. Okay, something in there. Okay. Has your work ever caused a rift in a relationship you were in? If so, how? Oh, yeah, I work with John all the time and he pissed me off at work. So I walked the fuck home. Yeah. A rift? Nah. Wrinkle? Nah. Pimple. That caused a pimple. A pimple left a scar. Hopefully the scar remains or he's going to forget. Yeah, John gets cocky at work and thinks that I should know everything, and I don't. I don't know everything. Have you ever needed to find yourself? And if so, are you still looking? Wait a minute. Well, yeah, I can see my reflection. Found it. Have you ever needed to find yourself? And if so, are you still looking? Everybody, listen to me. Everybody needs to find themselves. In order to find yourself, you gotta look at step one. Because you ain't on step one or step two, you can fuck off. You ain't getting nowhere. And am I still looking? Listen, I started to get to know myself really, really well at about 33. I pay attention to my body more. I pay attention to the way I think. I pay attention to the things that make me angry, the things that make me annoyed. I have admitted to myself these problems. I have said out loud to people I love these problems. So I have put it out to the universe that I am very well aware that I've got problems. These are my problems and I want to fix them, kind of thing. Absolutely. Everybody needs to find themselves. If you're talking about like sexually or something like that, it's not important at all. Period. It's just not. The need to find myself. I change every day. I'm not talking about my clothes. I'm talking about me, the person on the inside. The more thinking I do, the more awareness of the self I am, the more I can change what I'm doing, the better I can do. The better I am tomorrow is the better I am the next day and the next day and the next day. As long as I'm better than yesterday, that's perfect. In order to be better than yesterday, you have to change every day. You can't stay in a rut. That's all there is to it. I've been watching these shows, my 600-pound life reaction videos on YouTube, and I'm on it because back on my diet, and it keeps me aware of my I don't give a fucks. That's all that is. All these people with all these damn excuses why they eat and all that blah 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 and it's blah 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 mental and la 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 when I was a child. No, motherfucker. It's because you like to eat. Food is fucking delicious and you like to eat. And it's called I don't give a fuck. That's all. That's all it is. Call it what the fuck you want it. All your psychiatry books and shit like this, close the motherfuckers. It's called I don't give a fuck. It's called the fuck it's. And that's what I got. I got the fuck it's during the holidays because I'm like, fuck it. Everybody who was ever a fucking addict knows the fuck it's. Okay? Everybody that's ever been on a fucking diet and went back out and got fat again like 15 times like I have, it's the fuck it's. It's just because I fucking want to eat and that's all. It's because fuck it. I don't care. I want to taste good food right now. It's the fuck it's. It's instant gratification. 10 minutes from when you eat it till later, you're actually going to feel like shit and you don't care because it tastes good right now. I want the taste. I want the crunch. I want the gooey. I want the whatever it is. I want the sensations of those feelings on my mouth. I want the taste on my mouth and sliding down my throat. It's just instant gratification. That's all. It's the fuck it's. That's all. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, good. Last question. What is your all-time favorite selfie? And what was going on in it? Okay. First of all, back in my day, selfie didn't exist. What people now call a selfie was just a picture that you had to take by yourself because you were so fucking lame that in that moment you had no friends or nobody else to take the picture for you. So you had to awkwardly hold that as far away from your face as you could and take a picture of yourself. And everybody knew it because they could see your shoulder. It was cockeyed, and everybody knew that you didn't have any friends to take that picture and you were embarrassed by it. Selfies weren't a fucking thing when I was young. Selfies weren't a fucking thing until like 15 years ago. Okay? No. My favorite selfie isn't a selfie. It's with other people. Me enjoying the moment. Stupid book. Listen. Back in my day, back in the last day, last century, we didn't know what a selfie was. A selfie was embarrassing. You had no friends. Jesus. Dumbasses. I think somebody's like entire fucking family wrote this book. Get questions from scholars, you get questions from 10-year-olds, you get questions from teenagers. What the fuck is going on here? Oh my god. My final thoughts of the day. Before the invention of the phonograph, or electricity, or radios, or records, or so on and so forth, music could only be heard live or played yourself. So learn how to play an instrument before they shut the power off. And that's all we have for today. The kitchen is closed, and we're all out of to-go cups. I hope you had a good time. And don't forget, call the doctor about that lumpy thing.